Hello everyone, welcome to Nirja Education. This is class 10th science lesson number 2 acids, bases and salts. This is the continuation of that classification of acid. Before seeing this video, go through my previous videos, then only you will get the continuity. At the same time, please subscribe our channel Nirja Education. At the same time, don't forget to press the bell icon. Today's session, we are going to discuss about the classification of acids. As we all know that in the previous session, we discussed about the physical properties of acids and indicators, types of indicators. Now, the classification of acids we are going to discuss in elaborately. As we all know that acids are sour in taste. When we mixed into the water, it dissociated into H plus ion. That is the main character of acids. Next, classification. That acids are classified into 4 types based on the origin. There are the 4 types the acids are classified. The first one is based on the origin. Origin means occurrence. Based on the occurrence, it is classified into 2 types. That is a natural acid, mineral acid. There are the 2 types based on the occurrence of acid. One is natural acid, another one is mineral acid. The second one is based on the strength of acid. Based on the strength, it is classified into 2 types, that is strong acid, another one is weak acid. The third category is based on the concentration. It is classified to, that is a concentric acid, another one is dilute acid. The fourth category is based on the number of H plus ion present in the particular amount of water. That is based on, it is classified 3 types. There is a monoprotic, diprotic and triprotic. This is the classification of acids. Each and everything we are going to discuss in detail. Based on the origin, the acids are divided into 2 types. Once again I repeat, based on the origin means occurrence. Based on the occurrence, the acids are classified into 2 types. One is natural acid, another one is mineral acid. First we are going to discuss about natural acid. So what is mean by natural acid? The acids which are obtained from natural sources. Which are obtained from natural sources, those acids are called natural acids. What are natural sources means? It is an animal or plant, from that body the acids are prepared. Those acids are called natural acids. These natural acids are also called organic acid. What is the other name of natural acid means? It is other name is organic acid. Organic substances, from the substances only this acid is preparing, so that it is also called organic acid. Examples of organic acid, that is a natural acid, is acetic acid. First example is acetic acid. As we all know that vinegar, yes, it is a commercial name is called vinegar. Vinegar, it is a chemical name is called acetic acid. It is also called ethanoic acid. So what are the different names of vinegars means? You have to write acetic acid and ethanoic acid. What is the chemical formula of acetic acid means? CH3COOH. CH3COOH, it is a chemical formula of acetic acid. This is the one example of natural acid. The second example is methanoic acid. The methanoic acid is also called formic acid. Formula is HCOOH. This is the formula of methanoic acid. Third example is oxalic acid. Not only this, many acids are examples of natural acid. For example, citric acid. Citrus fruits contain citric acid like lemon, orange. These all are the source of citric acid. So citric acid also example of natural acid. Another one is lactic acid. The next one is lactic acid. The lactic acid is the source of curd. It is present in curd and sour milk also. This lactic acid is present. Next I told citric acid. Citric acid present, citrus fruits. Next one is methanoic acid. As we know that methanoic acid sources is what means ant sting. When ant is biting, that time we will get the irritable pain. So that is because of methanoic acid. And nettle sting. These two are the source of this methanoic acid. Then oxalic acid source is, yes, tomato. Tomato contain oxalic acid. Next example acid is ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is the next acid. This source is Goan amla. This is the next acid. Then another one acid it is tartaric acid. Tartaric acid source is tamarind. Then apple also contain one acid. That acid is called malic acid. These all acids are example of natural acid. Once again I repeat, ethanoic acid. The ethanoic acid is also called acetic acid. We can tell commercially vinegar. Formula CH3COOH. The second one is methanoic acid. This methanoic acid is also called formic acid. Formula HCOOH. Where it is comes from means it is that source is ant sting and nettle sting. Then next one is citric acid. The citric acid, the source of citrus fruits like lemon, orange, etc. Then ascorbic acid. This ascorbic acid is the source of Goan amla. Then lactic acid. Lactic acid is source of curd as well as sour milk. Then tartaric acid, it is the source of tamarind. Oxalic acid, tomato as a source. Malic acid, apple is a source. These all are the example of natural acid. I hope you have understood the natural acid. Next we are going to discuss about mineral acid. The mineral acids that are prepared from minerals, those acids are called mineral acid. The mineral acids having different names. So it is also called inorganic acid and it is also called synthetic acid, and one more name also is there, that is also called man-made acid. So the mineral acids having contain lots of name, that is that inorganic acid, synthetic acid and man-made acid. Once again I repeat, this mineral acid is prepared from inorganic substances or chemical substances. Example of mineral acid is, these all are the examples. Hydrochloric acid, HCl is a hydrochloric acid. Next one is HNO3. HNO3 is a nitric acid. Third one is H2SO4, that is a sulfuric acid. H2CO3 is a carbonic acid. H3PO4 is a phosphoric acid. These all are the examples of mineral acid. Next we are going to discuss about, based on the strength of acid, classified into two types, that is that strong acid as well as weak acid. Strong acid. Strong acid is an acid that completely dissociated into H plus ion in aqueous solution. As we all know that acids are having the special character, when we add into the water, the acids are separated H plus ion. So this H plus ion is unstable, so immediately it combined with water, it converted into H3O plus. That H3O plus is called hydronium ion. So this special character of acids. So the strong acid, what is the main character? Means the H plus ion completely dissociated into aqueous solution. So those acids are called strong acid. Example, HCl, that is a hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acid. These all are example of strong acid. Then how it is completely, you just see, that is a HCl, when we add into the water, HCl plus H2O, it gives to H plus. Immediately it combined with water, it converted into H3O plus plus Cl minus. This way completely dissociate. Next one is H2SO4, it is mixed into the water, it is dissociated into H plus, that is immediately H3O plus SO4 minus. Same HNO3 mixed with water, it decompose or dissociate into H plus and NO3 minus. So this acid is called strong acid. Next we are going to discuss about weak acid. So what is weak acid means is that one which does not dissociated completely. So here the strong acid completely dissociated into H plus ion or hydronium ions, but weak acids does not dissociated completely. So incompletely dissociation it is happen. So those acids are called weak acids. Once again I repeat, what is weak acid? Weak acid is nothing but one which does not dissociated completely into a H plus ion in aqueous solution. Those acids are called weak acids. So what is the difference between strong acid and weak acid? Means strong acid which completely dissociated into H plus ion in aqueous solution, but weak acid does not dissociated completely into H plus ion in aqueous solution. Examples of weak acid is acetic acid, CH3COOH, it is a acetic acid, and carbonic acid, H2CO3 is a carbonic acid, and H3PO4, this is a phosphoric acid. These two acids are called mineral acid, right? So this is the natural acid. This three is an example of weak acid. So here I gave that equation CH3COOH, when we put it into the water, it dissociates. You would see this equation, it will be the reversible process occur. CH3COO minus plus H plus. Then same like that H2CO3 is converted into H plus and CO3 minus. So this is called a weak acid. I hope you have understood weak acid. Acid can also be classified into two types based on the concentration. So the acids are two types, there is a dilute acid, another one is concentratic acid. First we are going to discuss about what is mean by dilute acid. Dilute acid is nothing but this is one which has low concentration of acid in aqueous solution. So suppose you are taking water and acid, means here if you add very less amount of acid into the water, that acid is called dilute acid. So here in this solution that acid concentration is very less. For example, you want to prepare 10 ml of acid. So the 10 ml of acid you are taking 9:1 ratio. So 9:1 ratio, here the 9 ml of water mixed with 1 ml of acid. So total is 10 ml of acid solution only, but here the concentration is 1 ml of acid is mixed with 9 ml of water. So here the concentration of acid is very less. That acid is called dilute acid. I hope you have understood. Example, all acids we can write, but before that we have to write the word dilute. DIL means dilute HCl, dilute nitric acid, dilute H2SO4. Right. The next one is concentratic acid. This is the opposite of dilute acid, which has, that is that one which has high concentration of acid in aqueous solution. Here I underline the word, here there is a low concentration of acid in aqueous solution. Here the high concentration of acid in aqueous solution. This is, that is, you just see this is the opposite of this 1:9 ratio. Here for 1:9 ratio. Here 1 ml of water mixed with 9 ml of acid. 9 ml of acid. So here you see this, what is the difference between these two? Here the acid content is, ratio is less. So that's why it is called a dilute acid. Here the concentration of acid is more. 1 ml of water, in that mixed with how much amount of acid? 9 ml of acid. Here I am giving just an example, right? So this way the concentration is more. So that's why this acid is called a concentratic acid. Here same, concentratic HCl, concentratic sulfuric acid, concentratic nitric acid. I hope you have understood. Before discuss this last part of the classification of an acid, we should know that it is in previously we discussed about that concentration and dilution of acid. It is advisable to add acid slowly into the water. So as we know that 9 ml of water we have to take 1 ml of acid, or 9 ml of acid or 1 ml of water. Which one we have to add where? So water to acid or acid to water. So you have to add acid into water. That acid also we have to add very slowly into the water. We should not add water into acid. Why we should not add? Because it produces large amount of heat is released if water is added to the acid. So this released heat is a large enough to cause harm. That is the reason it is advisable to add acid into the water. That also very slowly we have to add. Right. Next we are going to discuss about based on the concentration. Acid can be classified based on the number of H plus ions. There are the three types. It is a monoprotic, diprotic and triprotic. But here we are going to discuss only the definition. First one is monoprotic. Monoprotic means it gives 1 mole. It is that one which produce 1 mole of H plus ion per mole of an acid. For example, HCl, HNO3. Here you see this, the concentration of H, it is only 1. So when we add into that one, it releases 1 mole of H plus ion into the acid. That is called the monoprotic. Then diprotic means it gives 2 moles of H plus ions into an acid or per an acid. So that is called diprotic. Example, H2SO4. So here the concentration H plus ion is 2. Here the concentration is 1. The third one is it gives 3 moles of H plus ions per the mole of an acid. That is called the triprotic. Here example, H3PO4, it's a phosphoric acid. Here the concentration of H plus ion is 3. So this is the last classification of an acid. I hope you have understood the classification of acid.